depends on what Castellanos wants. If he wants to be on a team that right now will make the playoffs,
Brewers.
I think you go Brewers. But
Yeah.
if he's okay with waiting, hello, people of the internet. Welcome, you all good-looking 450 people. I'm Daniel here with Chris.
Hi.
And there's not really much to do because the MLB lockout's in place, but
Still.
we're just gonna revisit our list on where players should sign and update it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people if I counted that right.
All right. We should really just move that to 10 for the clickbait.
Yeah, it'll be 10 plus a bonus.
10 plus a bonus, exactly.
Big free agents that are still left and where they should sign.
So who's number?
You
know, do 10 to what?
Chris, before if I do that.
Oh, wait. Sell out
gotta
first?
make sure everyone subscribes down below, right?
Agreed.
We're on the road to 1,000, and that's one of our goals for the upcoming year.
Exactly. So subscribe, and then if you don't, you're clearly a Yankees fan if you don't subscribe. So that's just
exactly.
Exactly.
All right. So one of the guys we have on here, Chris, is Michael Conforto.
Ooh, that's a solid pick. I mean, really garbage season this year. Like, he was terrible. Like, god awful. Like, what did he even do? Nothing? I don't know.
He did little to nothing, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he's been consistent in the past.
He has been, and there was times where people were ranking him as like a top 30 player in the MLB. So
yeah, that I never understood. He's definitely at one point he was a top 50.
Yeah,
he was a top 50.
Sure. I think that was after
always
2020 because he had a good 2020.
I think he's always been a top 100 player, to be honest.
Maybe,
but
yeah, still after the garbage season he had, I still put him in top 100.
Yeah.
But
one thing he did not lack is his defense.
He was good.
He is really good defensively in the outfield.
Yeah. And what's a team that would need him though? Because there's a few teams that could use a corner outfielder. He's a right fielder, right?
He's a right field / left fielder.
Yeah, and there's a few teams that need a few of those guys.
I mean, we've mentioned before, the Jays obviously could use it in a lefty bat, and if they want to trade someone, he could definitely be at a landing spot there.
I wouldn't really want him though. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's you're basically just getting a little bit better version of Randall Grichuk at that point.
Yeah.
You've mentioned before Seattle could take a risk on him, but then I mentioned they kind of got a lot of young outfielders, so I don't know if they would want to do that.
Yeah, they have Julio Rodriguez, Jared Kelenic, and there's one other guy. Oh,
Mitch Haniger.
No, there's the Rookie of the Year, Kyle Lewis.
Oh, Kyle Lewis.
Yeah,
yes.
him too.
And then Mitch Haniger too. So
exactly.
I don't really know if they want to do that. But I think, and I've heard it before. I don't remember exactly what's going on, but I heard the Padres are looking for kind of cheaper options to replace their outfield.
Well, I mean, they spent $600 million on 2 players and $100 million on Eric Hosmer. So yeah, they need somebody cheap who could be good, but also wouldn't be like detrimental if he sucked.
Yes, and I think Michael Conforto could be a really good spot to do the outfield. I heard they were trying to either replace Tommy Pham or move on from Tommy Pham. I don't remember what's happening with Tommy Pham.
That's the thing. He's expensive, so you don't.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell what'll happen. But I would like to see Conforto on the Padres because there'll be a lot of protection in that batting lineup for him. So we'll see what happens.
We honestly could see Conforto have a really, really good season.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I would like the Mets to re-sign him, but I don't think they will. So
I think they have bigger ideas on their mind. I mean, didn't they just sign Starling Marte?
Yeah, they did. Exactly. So they pretty much already moved on from him. I mean, he also could go maybe to the Phillies because they need outfield they need anything.
The thing is though, he'd have to accept playing left field because you have Bryce. Bryce is not moving from right.
Exactly.
So
yeah, Padres
I think Padres is a good landing spot. I don't know. I mean, another team I could see, I'm just going to throw them in there. They're kind of a sneaky team. I could maybe see them in the Brewers.
Maybe,
uniform,
yeah. I mean, they need some offense, yeah.
Their outfield,
I feel like after the 2 bad seasons Yelich has had, I feel like they would be willing to maybe move Yelich to left. Or even if he may already be left field, I don't even know. I feel like he's right, but we'll see.
I think he is right. But either way, I think they might want him either it's going to be a hot take, but I mean, maybe they'll flip Yelich for some prospects or something, or some everyday players, just because really Yelich has done nothing since that one MVP
2019
season.
Yeah, I mean, after he was hurt, he's just been bad. Like, what happened? It was so weird.
I don't know. I love Yelich still.
Yeah,
but
let's move on to the next player.
Next guy here, Chris, Kyle Schwarber. I mean, I love Schwarber.
I only see one spot for Schwarber.
I
and
love
that's
me
the
some
Red Sox.
Schwarber.
Yeah,
I think Red Sox. I also think maybe the Nats can go back to the Nationals again.
he could. He could. I mean,
But
I
I
don't
think
see
Red
that.
Sox are number one.
Yeah, I think Red Sox are number one. They need outfield, and they need a little pop in that lineup. I mean, I know they got Devers and JD and Bogarts, and Verdugo, but other
Plus,
than that,
Schwarber's been learning how to play first base, and the Red Sox need a first baseman. So
yeah, because what's that young guy's name? Dahlbeck. He wasn't that good this
Albeck.
season.
Yeah,
So,
he's still a couple years away, I think,
exactly.
if anything. But
So Schwarber to the Red Sox,
yes. Plus, he'll be hitting nukes in
like he
Fenway,
did
so.
when he was there. So yeah. All right, who's next?
Carlos Rodon, Chris, and I think everyone knows where we're saying he's going.
We're going to say the New York Toronto Blue Jays. Actually, we're going to Toronto Blue Jays. He's going to the Blue Jays.
I'm. We're going bold. Screw it.
Yeah.
Rodon to the Jays.
I mean, he could go anywhere, but Jays, because we're Jays
he could
fans.
honestly just go right back to the White Sox. To be honest,
I wouldn't be surprised if he does. So, yeah.
I want to see him in the Jays uniform.
Me too. I think he'll look good in a Jays uniform. Him and Gosman, epic 1-2.
Everyone looks good in a Jays uniform.
Exactly. Even
Jays have.
Bartolo
I don't
look
care.
good in a
I'm gonna
Jays
say
uniform.
it. Jays have the best uniforms in all of it baseball. I don't care.
Agreed. Especially, I mean, you know who has the worst uniforms in baseball?
Who?
The Yankees. They're ugly. Like they're just
Not gonna
gray, like boring.
It's just because they're iconic doesn't mean they're nice.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's like, "Oh, I love the pinstripes," but I'm like, they look like crap. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Okay. Who's next? What's next?
They look like a 5-year-old took a Sharpie marker and drew on them.
Exactly. Just with a ruler.
Next guy before we get all the hate here.
Yeah,
Nick
so much hate.
Castellanos, Chris.
Castellanos. What do we say? Miami. Miami's a
I
good
think
pick.
we said Miami, but we also mentioned the Brewers because
It's kind of the same like Schwarber, or was it Schwarber you were talking about?
yeah,
Brewers?
Schwarber.
Yeah, or Conforto. Like they need outfield, so like that guy hits dingers. So
They just need offense. That's what they need. Just
Their
offense.
Their pitching is great. Like Woodruff and Burns, so good. Their bullpen is good. All they need is another like player to pick up Yelich.
I mean, don't forget Hader and Devin Williams in the back of the pen.
The pen is
and,
sick.
like, they have a good pitching. They just need some offense, and I think Castellanos. I know people are saying he's going to go to Miami because he's from Miami, but that park's huge, and Miami's a little smaller. Castellanos would hit nukes in Miami.
He would, exactly. And, I mean, they're kind of on the beginning of their actual sort of competitive window. Like, we've seen their young pitching come up. They still have a few probably players in the pipeline that's going to come up, but they can build around, like Castellanos.
I think it depends on what Castellanos wants. If he wants to be on a team that right now will make the playoffs,
Brewers.
I think you go Brewers. But if he's okay with waiting a year or two, Miami's definitely the shot because, I mean, even with this new CBA that who knows what it's going to look like, it could include expanded playoffs. If it includes expanded playoffs, Marlins have a pretty good shot at making it.
I mean, they made it past the first round in 2020.
They beat the Cubs.
They beat the Cubs. It's so sad, Cubs. But yeah, they beat the Cubs.
So I don't know. I think it just depends a lot on the CBA and where he wants to go. If it's if there's no expanded playoffs, I really see him at the Brewers just because I don't think he's going to be on a team that wants to tank for one more year. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not tank, but not be highly competitive.
Like highly competitive.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next player on this list?
Mr. Kenley Janssen, Chris.
Oh, I mean, as a Jays fan, I say the Jays because we need bullpen, but Dodgers.
I think it's Dodgers. I also heard someone say he might go to the Giants, and I was like,
"Oh no, he would not."
That's like sacrilegious, bro.
How could he do that to them?
That's like
especially after like what happened last season. No, you can't do that.
That is sacrilegious. I also heard the Padres for him, and I was like, that's sacrilegious too.
They're just ending the Dodgers fans' like whole religion right there. They can't do that. But if they did, that'd be epic.
Oh my god, if Jansen did that, turns to the next Trevor Bauer.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Yeah, so I see him only going to the Dodgers or the Jays, maybe Seattle because they need.
I mean, honestly, I can't discredit the Yankees, and all of a sudden, if they want to throw $1 million at him.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can never really count the Yankees out, but they haven't done anything so far this year, so I don't know what they're doing. We'll see. Maybe something will be with them later in the list. Hint, hint. But we'll see.
I just missed over a guy actually in the list.
Oh, really?
As we're talking about it, but I'll throw it in here. Anthony Rizzo, Chris.
Oh yeah, this is the one we were talking about going to the Yankees. Anthony Rizzo, because where else is he going to go?
Lefty, which I hate because I love Rizzo.
I love Rizzo too, and he doesn't look good in a Yankees uniform. It's just I don't like it, but yeah,
One place I heard he could go, that's not the Yankees, is Padres.
they got
Because
Hosmer
they
though.
have Hosmer still, but Hosmer's contract's almost up.
Yeah, and he's kind of bad now.
And Rizzo originally got drafted to the Padres.
Oh, really? He did. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I heard the possibility of it. I
Hmm.
thought it might be interesting. I don't know what your thoughts are
I
on
mean,
it.
I don't really see him going anywhere but the Yankees. I mean, I doubt he'll go back to the Cubs. I doubt he'll go to the Giants. I've heard that a little bit just because they're probably not going to re-sign Bryant. But I don't know. I really have no idea. Like, I think the Yankees will be the best bet for Rizzo because he can really boost up his stats there with the short porch, but not really
Yes.
sure.
The thing is with that line, I mean, he'll get lots of protection in that lineup, but that lineup, I feel like that whole atmosphere of that team is just nukes or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with DJ LeMahieu kind of slumping like he did last year. And
Yeah.
they also traded away Wade. What's his name? Wade? Was it Wade? The fast dude on their team. So like they really
Wait.
have no speed. Yeah, the guy who comes into pinch run all the time for the Yankees because he's fast. I think they traded
Oh,
him to the Angels. Was it Wade? I don't
I have no
remember.
clue.
But yeah, they traded him and now it's just they have no speed on that team. So what can you do?
I don't know. I don't know. The only player I think on that team that hits consistently good is DJ LeMahieu and Aaron Hicks.
Yeah, that guy's hurt all the time. So
And that guy's hurt. So
I
I
mean
don't know.
Judge too. Like Judge is really good. I think he'll leave the Yankees though at the end of the
He's
year.
better. Judge has been better since I'll give him that, since he's first started. Remember when he first started, he was literally just, if you threw him in high inside fastball, he couldn't hit it.
Yeah, now he's just kind of fouls it and he hits dingers now. So
Exactly.
I mean he's always hit dingers, but it's really just health between this Yankees team because they're all
Yeah.
just high, boom, low, nothing else. So yeah. Okay, what's next? What's next on this list?
Chris Bryant, Chris.
Hmm. Funny enough, how you
mean-
mentioned his name.
I
We're
mean,
saying
I just put
we're
them all
saying-
put them all in the order here.
put
So
him all in the Blue Jays. We need a Marcus Semien replacement, and he is that replacement.
only thing I don't like about Bryant on the Jays, and I mentioned it, is that he's not a lefty.
Don't worry. If we have
If he
Bryant
was a
on the
lefty,
Jays-
best deal.
Best deal.
I'd say give him all
Oh,
the money.
instantly. That's why Jose Ramirez is a better pick. But I mean, if we can't get Ramirez and can't get Freeman, we go for Bryant. I think that's like the third option for us.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think I just don't know what we would do because
Mm-hmm. Oh,
like, I don't know.
We throw Biggio at second and then Bryant at third,
True.
obviously. But
What would the contract look like? What do you think Bryant's contract would look like with the Jays?
probably
And there was rumors right before the lockout about him coming to Toronto.
probably the George Springer deal or something around that.
A 5 by 180 or whatever it was.
Yes.
Was it 180?
I don't remember. Was it 175, 160? I think it's 160.
516. Yeah, and then Osman got 120, and Ryu has 80, right? If I'm
No, Gosman got 110 for 5, I believe, or
110,
100
that
for
was
5,
it.
something like that. Yes, and what's the name? Robbie Ray got 115 for 5. But so I would sign Chris Bryant just because I mean, even if he doesn't play third base, we can throw him in the outfield, and then we can put maybe somebody else at third base, and then we dish off Grichuk, and then there you go. But
I
yeah,
mean, if we get Bryant, that team looks so scary. First of all,
exactly,
That team looks
and plus
ridiculous.
I love the versatility. Like I'm a big Cavan guy. I mean, I'm clearly going to be a big Bryant guy because he plays everywhere. So I love
love
Bryant.
And Bryant and Rizzo are always like my two favorite players, and I wish they would both come here, but there's no room for Rizzo. And
No,
if
we have a
Bryant's
plan.
willing to take the right deal, like
Mm-hmm.
it
Come here,
could
buddy.
be a
Come
match
here.
made in heaven.
Exactly.
Yeah, just take the deal.
He also could go back to the Giants, which, or maybe he'll go to the
I've heard
Mets. We'll
Giants. I've
see.
heard Seattle. I've
yes,
heard
Seattle. That's a big one.
Why am I blanking on their name now?
Who are you
It'll
like?
come to me halfway through the video.
Exactly. All right, who's next on this list? Maybe it'll come to you.
Mr. I don't care. I think he's the best pitcher of this generation. Clayton Kershaw. I'm gonna hold that opinion until I die. He's the best pitcher of this generation.
Yeah, and my opinion hasn't changed. Dodgers or Texas. That's it. Only two.
I also heard Angels maybe
Ooh, that would be nice.
because
I'll
it
take
would
gladly go there. Help Trout win a ring.
I mean, imagine Trout and Kershaw on the same team,
and Ohtani and
and
Rendon.
Ohtani,
And, who
and they
else?
just got Syndergaard.
That's a rotation now. Now that we're thinking about it, that's a
Now they're
rotation.
starting. I mean, someone made a good point. If he leaves the Dodgers, I don't think it'd be Texas because Texas, although they're still quite far out.
He's from Texas though.
He is from Texas, but it's a big move, right? His whole
It
family's
is. No,
in
agreed.
LA.
Yeah. No, I
Right?
agree.
Someone mentioned the distance between the Angel Stadium where Kershaw lives, or relatively, it's like 45 minutes or whatever.
That's really not that bad. So yeah,
Right?
I mean, I'll be okay if he goes to the Angels. So let's put Angels down on this list because
I
Angels.
like Angels. I think Angels would be a sick place for Clayton Kershaw.
Me too. Plus, he'll look good in an Angels jersey.
Oh, bro, him in the red?
Ooh. All right, who's next?
You
Who's
might
next?
get some hate from the Dodgers fans, but
It's fine. Yeah, just go across LA. It's fine.
uh, Zach Greinke and his like 59-mile-per-hour curve or whatever the heck he throws there.
I really have no idea. Probably the Astros. I want him to go back to the Royals just because reunion, but
I mean,
we don't know.
Zach Greinke's a ring chaser, in my opinion.
Has he won one? I don't think he has.
No.
Exactly. So where's he gonna go? The
I
Astros.
heard, because yeah, I remember he was on the Dodgers too at one point.
And he didn't win. Didn't
He
win.
didn't win, no.
Yeah.
If Kershaw leaves, I mean, Greinke to the Dodgers?
Go back. Go back to the Dodgers. I mean, please. I would love it if Greinke won a ring, just because he's Zach Greinke.
He's funny, first of all. Zach Greinke's hilarious.
Yeah.
What
He's
if you
just
ever
like,
seen
I
him
go
on
there, interviews are just like, I hate you, go home, and then there we go.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he's going to go to a team that's competing. So, I mean, Astros are really good. Shout. Dodgers, I would say.
Yankees.
Yankees, always got to throw them in there.
Exactly.
I mean,
even the Jays, we're a competitive team, but I don't want them.
I mean, we are competitive. I don't know if we have the money for it, but
yeah.
depending what Zach's contract looks like, I mean, who knows? We could just go to the Angels.
Go ahead.
At this point,
go with Kershaw.
Like,
yeah.
Imagine that the Angels rotation gets Kershaw and Greinke
In
along
one
with
day.
Syndergaard,
That's Syndergaard and Ohtani. Oh my god.
Dylan Bundy, Ohtani. That is a 5.
That is a 5. They go from like little league garbage to woohoo. Good job, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, they still need bullpen, but well.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, who's next?
Mr. Trevor Story, Chris.
Trevor Story. Yeah, I say Seattle.
Everyone's saying Yankees. I don't see it.
Nope, don't see it happening. I don't think the Yankees are gonna do anything.
I think Rizzo is gonna be their only move. Big move. That's it.
Yep, and that's about it. I think he's going to Seattle. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Someone mentioned, because we mentioned Seattle last time for Story. I can't remember who their shortstop is, but their shortstop's actually like one of the best defensively.
Crawford?
Is it Crawford? Like defensively stats, like his.
But like offensively, he's not.
And his
Trevor
hitting's
Story.
coming around.
He's not Trevor Story, and that's all I'm saying.
If I can find the comment, I'll throw it up on screen when I edit this. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's J.P. Crawford.
Is it JP? But he made it really clear that, or made a good point that, I don't remember who it was. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but that Crawford's hitting's coming around and his defense is already elite.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point of paying so much for Trevor Story?
I mean, you can move him to third if you don't get Bryant.
That's the thing. It's a bunch of
exactly. It's a bunch of what ifs. So yeah, I think he goes to Seattle. But
plus, Seattle could be used. Could I feel like Seattle's one of those teams that likes to spend a ton of money on good players instead of one good player. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that as well. All right, who is next on this list?
The last one, the bonus one, Chris, the big money guy, Carlos Correa.
Well, we forgot about Freddie Freeman too.
Oh, I totally forgot about Freeman on this list.
He's the bonus player.
Right.
He's the bonus player.
Freeman, we'll talk about him really quick. Freeman.
Jays, that's it. Okay, next. Or the
Jays,
Braves.
Either or. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Bonus player.
I totally forgot about Freeman on here.
I was like, when's he coming? Yeah.
I literally asked you before when we make this list.
I know.
No, that's good.
Yeah, that's a good list. Yeah. All right, Carlos Correa.
Carlos Correa. I think there's so much to talk about him with.
I don't know. Like the
Yankees.
People are saying the
Tigers.
Yankees. Yeah, but then Tigers are like, we're not dishing over 300 million, and then Corey Seager's like, I got 325. So Correa's gonna get way more. So what's next? Cubs?
I mean, he's definitely not going to the Yankees. 100% not, because
thank goodness. He trashed Jeter, so he can't.
Trashed Jeter. Jeter's like a god there.
Exactly. I mean, he wasn't a god defensively like everyone thinks, but he was a good hitter.
I mean, yeah, Jeter's still a good player. Whatever you say.
Definitely a Hall of Famer for sure. Not unanimous, but definitely good.
100%.
Yeah.
But before we get it, you know what? I'd still say Jeter's unanimous just because of that class he was in was so weak.
That's true.
But anyhow, off topic. Correa. I mean, do we say boring and go back to the Astros? Because like,
no way. I'm telling you, Cubs. There's been rumors
of the
Cubs. Be there for the rebuild.
You think he'll be there for the rebuild? He's gonna want to go through another rebuild.
No, he wouldn't want to. But I mean, no one's gonna give him $400 million. So.
I mean, they just got Stroman, so.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
That sounds like a team that wants to be competitive.
and they have a meh farm system, so like I don't see why not. Maybe like just this offseason they'll get somebody. Next offseason they'll get somebody else. We'll see what happens because
Yeah.
Correa would be
Now
a
I've heard
great pick for them.
there's a possibility, and I don't think this is gonna happen.
Let me
But
hear this.
there's a possibility that Correa could be on his way to the Tigers still. And
Really?
even though they got Baez, they're gonna move Baez to second or third.
I
and put
hope he
Correa
goes to the
short.
Tigers. Like that's my number one pick for him. Like I want him to go there, but I just don't see it.
And then someone also made a good point on Twitter. I saw that the Rangers already spent $500 million on two players. Who knows? They could just spend another $500 million on Correa and make it $1 billion already.
Yeah. They're not spending $500 million on Correa, but they could.
I mean, like,
I wouldn't be
who
surprised.
knows? It's Texas.
Where the heck are they gonna put him? He's a shortstop. So is Seager and so is Semi.
Bro, one of them plays third, one of them plays second, one of them plays short.
That would be the most elite infield in the entire league.
Like,
it's a shame they have nothing else on that team, but
could you imagine that? Those three?
Wait, you should put Freeman on that team as well, so they have like the greatest infield in history.
It might as well at this point.
Might as well. They're like, yeah, we'll win.
Honestly, I don't know with Correa. Like,
yeah.
And you're pretty certain on the Cubs. You've said that for
I just don't
quite a while
think
now.
other teams now are going to pay them. Like, I think Correa should have been one of the first shortstops off the board because he was probably going to. He's demanding the most, and all these teams are like,
I heard
we
they
got our
offered
guy
him.
already.
The Tigers offered him $295 or whatever.
That's gross. That's disrespectful to Correa.
$295 for 8 or something like that, and he declined it.
Yeah, because that's way too little considering what Corey Seager got. That dude plays like 5 games a year.
Yeah, and then someone made a good point. Well, if Corey Seager got 320, if they were willing to pay 295, I'm sure if he asked for another 50 million, they would have given it to him for 350.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right? So I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's all the free agents. We've been going for 21 minutes here already.
Damn.
Yeah.
My bad on forgetting Freddie Freeman. Freeman, I love you, but
Jays or the Atlanta Braves.
Let's be real, he's staying with the Braves.
But the Canadian boy. I mean, he played for Canada. He's born in America, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.